Krew Season Podcast. We are back again. This is episode 98.
It's official. 98.
Boy, good, man. OT is in the building.
I'm here.
And today, very, very special day. This is the first time that Krew Season's actually collabed with a podcast. Let's give that a round of applause. Today we have two very, very special women in here with us today. I'm gonna just let y'all introduce yourselves today.
You didn't want to say the whole bag?
Well, I mean, it's just me too. It's a lot of things going on. I don't want, the
hoes from the whole bag.
You know what I mean? The like upstanding women bag. You know what I'm saying? But I don't want to say, So I'm gonna let y'all introduce yourselves.
Okay. Well, I'm Shanae.
I'm Kilolo. Thanks for having us.
No, I'm Taylor, and this is Toya, and we are the whole bag.
Absolutely. Be sure to follow us. That's HEAUXBAG.
Oh, the Heaux.
The whole bag.
That's the Heaux. Never mind. We're going to turn it.
Start too early. Okay. Recently on Instagram, man, how we discovered these amazing ladies. We put a question up on our Instagram poll. We was like, who is the best all-woman podcast in Houston? Right? Because we had this idea in our heads for a while to collab, and y'all name came up, I think 4 to 5 times, if I'm not mistaken. Other people came up maybe once, got another one maybe twice, but y'all was like 4 to 5 times. So y'all are really out here killing shit in Houston, man. So I ain't know if y'all know or not. Let's get that a round of applause. So, I thought it would be dope to bring y'all on our platform and, kick some shit, man.
Thank
Absolutely.
you. We only been around for not even 18 full months.
Yeah.
So that's really, we shout out to our followers for tuning in and recommending us, because we have tuned into y'all and we've actually had content on some of y'all's episodes. So, yeah.
All good, I hope.
Absolutely.
Very questionable.
Oh, my God.
Back and check everything.
Right? Nah, but just real quick, man, I want y'all to just give a little introduction as to who y'all are first, and then we're going to get into how the podcast came to creation. Like background information, where y'all from, like how long y'all been knowing each other.
Oh, I was about to say, tell us, because like when you go on a job interview and they're like, tell me about yourself. What you want to know?
What you want to know?
So we both went to Texas Southern University.
We graduated from Texas Southern University.
We had the degrees.
Okay.
Graduated is a little different than went. A lot of motherfuckers went.
Everybody went.
Straight up.
And then around the pandemic, we were just kicking it and having like in-depth conversations, and we were like, let's start a podcast. So we actually attempted to start one before.
Right.
I forgot what it was going to be called.
Mask On Podcast.
Yes. And we were going to put mask on and talk about our host stories because we didn't want to get in trouble with our jobs.
Yeah, because we got some stories. Boy.
Oh, Lord.
And then due to technical difficulties, it didn't come up off the ground. And then we met, I had met somebody at the Guild, and they were like, okay, we love your Instagram content. Like, we want you to be your authentic self. So if you want to do a podcast, I'll record you, but don't come in here acting like a first lady. And I was like, Toya, niggas fuck with us. You need to come on. We need to record. Can I cuss on here?
Of course.
Okay, yeah. I was like, they want us to be our authentic self. So then we went in and I was like, yeah, let's start next week. And then we've been recording the whole bag since
Every
2020.
Tuesday, we drop Toxic Tuesdays.
Toxic Tuesdays. Do y'all want to get into like why y'all named it Toxic Tuesdays? I'm curious.
I told y'all women like toxicity. I thought I was lying.
Well, somebody called us toxic one day, and I was like, oh, we could be toxic.
Well, so actually, it's not that we produce toxic content. I will say that. It was just catchy. Taylor, Toya, Tuesdays, Toxic.
I got
So
you.
all the T's kind of went together.
Yeah.
And I will say that we would just be out at, let's say, Turkey Lake Hut 5015 or something like that, these places in 3rd Ward, Houston.
Right.
And we would literally draw crowds because of what we're talking about. And it's like, damn, we need to do something with this. So we ran off with it.
And then, as y'all know, when you are trying to find somebody to have a podcast with, it's hard to find somebody that you got chemistry with, that y'all can just like rely on to pick up where you leave off. And, like it just really flowed. And
We click.
we've been here supporting each other, holding each other up, and putting out toxic content.
Not as dope. You definitely touched on the subject, man. We had some similar issues when we were starting our part. Like, people don't understand. They think, oh, you and a lot of times people think, okay, if I get somebody with some followers, somebody that's a little famous, something like that we can get in and we all got followers, we can get in, just make it happen. It don't work like that. So even with our part, like we all knew each other since grade school. We've been cool since grade school.
Wow.
That's what's up.
Yeah, so we all from Port Arthur, and then we kind of migrated here. And, for college, different reasons like that. And then, we started the podcast just on some random for real. Like, we was having kickbacks a lot of times and arguments and discussions. Y'all know how I go. Y'all was at TSU. So, and it was his idea to get this thing started. Man, bro, we should get some of this on camera, man. Get some of this on microphone or whatever and just go from there. So we bought the camera, no audio background, no editing background, no nothing. And just press record one day.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
Yeah. And here we are 5 years later.
So what was y'all's intention? I know y'all was interviewing us, but what was y'all's intention with this?
Nah, you good. We really didn't have no intention. We were just getting content out there. I mean, just the conversations between men and women, and the clear divide between us. It was just cool to have because, it would be like passionate conversations, like heated discussions. Of course, it's still all love. But it was like heated discussions, and we'd post a clip here and there on Instagram, and it was like, "What the rest of it? What the rest of it?" And I was like, "Yeah, that's when we gotta record this shit."
Facts.
So,
yeah. So I mean, damn, it's been long. I can't believe it's been 5 years already. That's a long time.
yeah.
But as far as actually podcasting, only 2. So again, we started on our YouTube. That's where we made our bones at. Something called Battle of the Sexes, where we had like men and women, which y'all gonna see here pretty soon. But it's a man-woman format. We throw a question out and something that may be polarizing or something like that, and we just literally had a discussion, and a lot of it was entertaining, and here we are, man. So that's a little bit about us. But I mean, we happy to have y'all on our pod today. We get to bring y'all into our world a bit. Hope y'all prepared. Y'all, buckle up, seatbelts, and things of that nature. Safety first. So we got something called current, which is our typical 8 block. We talk about current events, different things like that. So recently, it's a couple clips, and shout out to our listeners, man. They send us most of our content. Like coming up with the timeline of topics is never hard. They send us stuff all week.
All damn week.
But they sent us something that I felt like was very interesting. Matter of fact, I'm not even going to introduce the clip. I'm going to play it. Want to get y'all's response to what they have to say, and we just have an organic conversation. You know what I'm saying? I mean, necessarily gotta argue too much. You know what I'm saying? But y'all
Constructive conversations.
Yeah, constructive conversations is what it's about.
Boring and nice as a man, don't date. Okay? If you are a boring, nice man, do not date. And don't let a woman find out that you're willing to spend money. Okay? Don't date. You're boring, you're nice, and you're not shy with the credit card. You're gonna get used, whether it be intentionally or unintentionally, but you're gonna get used, okay? She's either gonna come to the conclusion and say, all right, he's too nice, but he's boring. I'm not feeling it. Maybe we should go our separate ways. Or she's gonna turn around and say, well, damn, he gonna tell me yes anyway. I might as well keep it coming. It's gonna go one of 2 ways, all right? You'll have the genuine woman that really cares about your well-being, or you'll have the woman that's just gonna use you because you're freaking nice and boring. She's going to end up being with a man who's not boring. He might not be nice, but she's gonna be like off on the side, probably doing her own thing. With that being said, okay, it is absolutely not a guarantee that she's gonna have a better experience with the guy who might not be boring but also not nice. It's just to say, don't be surprised if your girl, you find out she's been, doing a little extracurricular activities with another man, and you be like, wait, what? I never saw that coming. Like, that's not for you. You're too good for him. Well, yeah, I know I'm too good for him, but he's not boring. So, as I said, it's either going to be intentional or unintentional, but it's likely going to happen. So if you are boring and nice, please find a hobby, but don't date.
Thoughts?
It's a cold game out here for the fellas.
It's tough, man.
It's a cold game, man. You can't be no gentleman out here. You gotta treat these women like skeezers. That's what they respect.
Damn.
Woo! Unfortunately, I mean, there's some facts to that. Because I thought about it as she was talking. I was thinking of all my friends' own best friends, right? Because they was the nice niggas, and they gonna be around, and they gonna spend a little change on you, and you ain't gotta worry about fucking them. Like, you just, y'all kick it.
But bullshit niggas spend money too. He just didn't want to spend it on you.
No, she said nice. If you thought about nice and spending money.
Right, but she said that you're probably going to either get the boring guy that's not going to, I guess, the boring guy is going to spend the money and be boring. and then the other guy, you're not going to get everything in one package. I guess is what she's saying.
Right.
So, I mean, everything is situational. I've had quote unquote boring guys, but they were willing to step outside the box for me and do fun shit and spend money on me. So maybe it's you, Petunia.
Are you coming at me?
No, the girl. You sitting here pregnant. Hell, I hope it ain't you. Shit, shots fired. Look. She's like, wait a minute, bitch.
Jesus Christ. The war's starting already. What? I didn't see it going like this in my head.
Look, maybe it's you, bitch. I don't know what to tell you.
Oh my God.
But no,
Oh my
honestly,
God.
when I first thought about it, I was like, younger Taylor, I agree with that. Older Taylor, I need me a boring nigga. I don't want nobody out here that's stress me out, all that drama and stuff. But I can only do that after I've already experienced fuck niggas and getting scammed and baby mama drama and all that stuff.
Right.
So like, it's different now. But I think it comes with maturity. Because if I'm 35 and I'm still turning a nigga down because he likes to just go on cute little dates, drink wine, drink coffee, go to work and go home, I think I'm the problem at that point.
Facts.
There's a lot of them like that too.
Oh,
Facts.
you feeling some type of way?
Shit. Nah, I ain't feeling no type of way because I've had my share of experiences and stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, what she's saying is 100% facts. I mean, women don't want no boring dude. You know, they say they want that Prince Charm and that fairy tale, but that's not really what they want. They do to a certain extent. The man still got to have some type of, like, for them, like that masculine behind them. Like, they got to be rough a little bit around the edges. They got to be a little aggressive. They got to talk shit a little bit. Got to be able to say no. Like things like that, because if you give everything she wants, treat her like a princess, she gonna run over you.
Yeah, I don't
I
want
think
no
you
yes
can
man.
be, but you can be a boring ass nigga that can still be masculine. Like you don't go out, you don't do shit, you a homebody. To me, that's boring. But you can still be like, all right, now you done took your ass out 2 times this week. You sitting your ass at home, and I'm be like, shit, all right,
Shit.
okay, I like
He
it.
can't do that.
But that don't mean he lame. He's just boring.
But at the same time, though, just like, you know, structure and different things like that is, I guess, value. Spontaneity is too.
Absolutely.
So he could be boring and he could be, you know, assertive in that way. But again, if he ain't doing shit spontaneous, you're gonna get annoyed with that eventually.
I think anybody that dates us has to be spontaneous because we gonna get bored.
I get bored very
I get
easily.
bored.
See that, and that type of nigga ain't gonna work. So it's like you need somebody that's gonna be able to come through the door. Hey man, you know what, man? Just pack your shit up, man. Let's get up out of here for a day.
Facts.
Or something like that, you know what I'm saying? But somebody boring, he ain't gonna do that. He typically gonna wait for you to kind of, you know, initiate, kind of lead.
And he'll be with it. He'll be
Yeah.
with it. He just be laid back about it.
And I think that's the difference from, like, you know, all this alpha beta male talk, which I kind of hate. But just in reality, like somebody like that is lean more toward beta. Like he lean more toward taking leadership from you. Like, okay, whatever it is she want, then I'll be willing to appease it type
You
of
need to tell me
situation.
no.
Compared to a nigga that just come in with a, you know, hey, nah, we doing this. We moving like this.
I think it has to be balanced because men oftentimes expect just because you feel like in your head that you're this leader and you're this alpha man that I don't know you from a bag of rocks. Sir. You take me on a date, you automatically expect me to, which we touched on this in the past, submit. I don't know you to just take this armor off and just be like, oh, yes, sir, Pookie, I'm going to lay in your arm. No, Pookie from the street. I don't know you to know that you're not going to lead me to jail. Like, no. You're not showing me, just because you can talk with a firm voice and just because you have money or whatever, that's still not showing me that you have leadership qualities that I need to submit to you. So,
Okay, so
Which
real
makes me
quick.
want to ask. Oh, sorry.
Oh, no, go ahead.
I want to ask y'all, why is it that men think because they got money that they can sit up here and say, well, you gonna listen to me, I'm the alpha nigga. When you really be a beta personality or
you just
like
got money.
right, and you're not really fun. All you do is go out to the club
And strip club, yeah.
and spend like you're doing something, but you really don't do nothing else. Like that to me, that gets boring after a while. Like why do men think like that in Houston? Because we all in Houston. I know
You
y'all
want to take it
got
off?
partners.
You want to take that
Leading
one?
with they
Or
wallet.
you want me to go in?
You can go first.
Okay. Men move like that because y'all enable that type of behavior and because y'all encourage that type of behavior. Like women have, you know, I guess interchangeable rules. They have rules for, you know, regular guys and they have rules for guys that they really like or somebody that has a certain amount of status or money. Right? So if you have a dude that got money and he used to women just willing to bend over backwards and put up with cheating and put up with disrespect, whatever the case may be, because I got that bag. And he date 6 women like that. When you get to that 7th woman, what you think you gonna expect?
I agree.
And he could be very lame. But that money gonna make him move.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's easy to lead with your money and not have no substance behind it because
Facts.
you know so many people are blinded by that.
Yeah, because money is personality in terms of most women. Like, now don't get me wrong, there are, you know, a certain set of women who done experienced that shit and understand all that shit don't really mean that much if you ain't got the personality to back it, right? But somebody that's young or somebody that's inexperienced, they run into a nigga with money, all that shit new, especially if you broke. So you gonna do what you gotta do to keep that exciting lifestyle going to them sections, going on random trips, this and the third, even though that nigga disrespecting you the whole way.
I was about to say, going into sections, at what point do we get tired of that shit?
I'm tired of that shit.
I'm tired too.
They take up the whole damn club.
Shit costs too much money for no reason.
Especially in this economy, like.
And people gonna pay it because they want to be seen.
That's a
Boy,
fact.
they was charging like $90 for a hookah somewhere. I was like, yeah, it's time for me to go ahead and sit in the house because ain't no way, boy. Ain't no fucking way.
See,
Boy.
yep.
Gotta take it on in. But you know, you referenced something earlier in terms of submitting. I kinda wanna get y'all definition of what y'all see that as. Matter of fact, scoot up mic up a little bit, just to the edge of that table, yeah.
Okay.
So like when y'all hear the word submit, like what comes to mind with that? Like how do y'all define it?
So when I hear a man say, I want a woman to submit, I think he has a different definition than what I'm thinking.
Sure.
He's thinking, I'm assuming he's thinking, I want somebody that's going to cook, clean, and be quiet, and then speak when spoken to, and, you know, represent me well, and that little housewife kitty shit, right? And when I'm thinking of submitting, I'm thinking of, I'm going to allow you to lead and have some say-so in my life. But
I rest in my femininity.
Again, but that only comes once I get to know you, because
Right.
I've been on this earth 30-something years. Like, I can't submit to every nigga I meet.
Right.
It's just not possible. So it's something I think that we need to have more open conversations on what that means, because a lot of men don't know what it means to lead. They think that it means if they got $95,000 job that means something. And it's like, yeah, we all making the same kind of money. So
Right.
that doesn't mean anything to me.
I agree.
Yeah, I think I think like when most people hear leadership, like especially women, they think of like kind of slavery in a sense.
Right.
You know, it's like, okay, when I come home, I need my shirts ironed, I need my food cooked, I need my bath water ran,
And my
all
dick
that shit.
sucked.
Right, you know what I'm saying? But
Can't forget that.
but and don't get me wrong, like there are a lot of men who think like that. But I think most men, like when they get to talk about submitting, it's more like substitute for deference. You know what I'm saying? Meaning like I get last say. You know what I'm saying? Like I make the decision. Sure, like you are my wife and I'll accept counsel.
Time out.
But I'm the one making final decisions.
You said wife, though. You didn't say just out here
Right.
just dating. Niggas think
Girl too.
even if you're not in a committed relationship, right? Men think we went on 3 dates. Oh, she's too outspoken. We have podcasts. She's too outspoken. She's too opinionated. She's not going to be submissive. I can't fuck with her.
Right.
And it's like, hold on, buddy. We just getting to know each other. Now you give me the opportunity to show you, like you show me that you're worthy of me submitting. I'll go ahead and fall back.
Or I'll say this. This goes on the level of every man thinks that they're that nigga.
Child.
Period.
Ooh.
Okay.
Because I hear this so many times. And men will say, you be fucking with them lame ass niggas. And the whole time I'm like, you
in
the
that
lame ass
category.
nigga. Here. But I just be sitting back like, all right, nigga. The whole time you bought me something to eat every day this week. I don't even call you back. I barely text you. I only do this. I only do that. You are literally the lame ass nigga. But with that being said, every nigga that's walking around this earth think that they the toughest nigga, the biggest nigga, the baddest nigga, the whatever. Then they automatically think with this ego, oh yeah, I can lead and I can do this and I can do that. And then when you put them in that position to do so, it's like you fold. And then when it's turned around and I ask you, okay, well, what do you want? How you want me to submit? All I'm hearing is I want to take my mom's nipple out of my mouth and then put my mouth on yours. I'm not your mama. I'm not finna. What the fuck I look like waking you up for work? Bitch, I gotta go to work too. We're not in the 1950s, and I wish people would get that shit out of your head. Like, it would be okay if I was a stay-at-home girlfriend for you or a baby mama or whatever, and then you went to work and did all, you paying all the bills and all of that. Of course, by the time you come home, you're gonna have food cooked. I got a lot of fucking energy. Like, I ain't did shit all day.
Right.
But if we both went to the same night, like you
Deal with the same white people, deal with the same deadlines. You still gotta come home. We both got laundry to, like we said.
and don't throw kids in the mix. And then you expect me to do all the shit that you don't feel like doing just because I'm your woman and I'm submissive. No, like, no.
I think we had this conversation earlier. We go through the same exact shit, right? We all black. We go through the same stuff in corporate America. I come home as the woman. You want me to be the nurturer, so you get the bitch, but I don't get the bitch about what's going on at
Exactly.
work. Like, I'm mentally exhausted. Yo, you want me to be submissive? Like, I'm gonna break down at some point.
Yep.
Y'all don't provide those safe spaces for us traditionally. and that's a problem.
Yep.
Wait, whoa. Wait,
yeah.
whoa.
Listen, before we,
That's not the one I wanted.
Wait a minute. So when you say provide a safe space,
I was about to get
elaborate.
to that.
Like,
Yeah,
what do you mean by that?
what do you need to see?
Again, so like I just said, like we both deal with the same stuff, right? You don't, and actually they love black men in corporate America. Black women, we're the aggressive ones. They want to sit up there and come at us twice as hard, right? So we got to come home.
And we make less.
And y'all want us to sit up here, hey, rub your back again, make sure your food and all that, housewife shit, and then still like, babe, what happened? How was your day?
You get to come home with that testosterone and that attitude. And we came home from working the same 8 hours that you did, but we can't take our frustrations out on anybody or vent to you because we too busy being the nurturer and safe space for you. Where is our safe space within our partner?
Because if I want to come home and pour up, I'm pregnant right now, so I don't do this. But if I wanted to come home and make an old fashioned, you're going to be like, damn, she act like a nigga. I'm stressed out too. But y'all want me to be, no.
Damn,
babe,
they
come
drink
here.
like her daddy, but don't cook like her mama. Well, fuck. When the problem asks, what's the problem?
So it's like I gotta pretend, I gotta put on this facade again just so that I can keep my man and be like, okay, babe, you know what?
Yep.
And then sneak out with my homegirl, bitch, I need a drink and I need a blunt. Like, and then you wonder why some women turn up so hard because they're just as stressed out, but y'all haven't provided those spaces for them to be themselves.
Yep.
You know what's crazy? A lot of men say the same thing. So I'm wondering, how do we bridge that gap? I mean, which is why we started our pod anyway, because a lot of men will say they'll come home from work, and the minute they come home from work is like their wife want to vent to them about XYZ or whatever. They just start unloading on them. They ain't even got the time to take a shower, get their clothes off, whatever. And it's, hey, babe, we got to do this. We got to do that. Can we go here? Can we go there? Can we do this? Can we do that? He's like, man, damn, like, one chill, first off.
Right.
And then you ain't even had no sex in a while, so you frustrated about that already. Baby ain't cleaned up. Baby ain't cooked. Like, they did nothing in a while.
Wait. And she came home from work the same job you came home from?
Baby need to hire somebody because I'm tired too.
Hey, we both working? I'm just using that one
right,
example.
But that's the communication.
Yeah,
You're just saying,
exactly.
how can we bridge that gap?
Yeah.
Because we spoke about this on one of our episodes. The gap would be where we sit down like two adults and say, hey, you be tired from work, I'm tired from work. Instead of us having your savings account going to red bottoms and going to this and bags, and let's take a little bit of the savings and invest in a maid. Let's take a bit of the savings and invest in getting meals dropped off or whatever. There's so many different avenues that we could go about it, but instead we're just not talking like adults, and we're talking to our homeboys. You need to be talking to the person at home.
That's
and if
facts.
you can't, then that's a situation that y'all got to work out. Shit.
Which brings me to a very, very valid
That's perfect.
issue that a lot of men feel like we have. When you say we should be talking to each other, oftentimes the talking or the communication is one-sided, right? Because, I mean, let's just be honest here. Most women, everything that man says, they take personally,
Facts.
right? So with men knowing that and knowing that it's going to be consequences to said conversation, right, compared to the other way around. If y'all come home and y'all have issues and y'all vent to us, the man got to take that to the chin and just be like, okay, she's just emotional, or it's just, hey, it's just that time of the month, or hey, whatever, like that's just how women are, right? But when it's the other way around and the man is venting to you about things that we feel like you should fix, you take it personal, and then that kind of deters men from wanting to do that, right? So do y'all feel like y'all could improve in terms of receiving information from men?
I think there could be a middle person. Therapy.
And I was going to say, because I'm in therapy right now, and what we learned was that you have to communicate to your partner in their love language.
Absolutely.
If those needs aren't being met, then y'all are never going to hear each other. It's always going to be you attacking me and you not listening. It's like, okay, well, you know what? For example, I'm words of affirmation. I need you to constantly communicate with me. That way, when you finally say, I don't like how you be washing the dishes, or I really can't stand when you come home at this hour, I can go, you know what? My bad. Whereas if you hadn't spoken to me because that's not your love language, and then out of the blue it's like, hey, you did da-da-da. I'm like, nigga, who the fuck is you talking to? Because I feel like I'm being attacked at that point. So it's like, again, you just have to learn how to communicate with your partner in their love language, and then I think we would solve a lot of communication issues. But that starts with going to therapy.
It is therapy. Or you just need some type of mediator. And by mediator, I don't mean your pastor.
Nope.
I don't mean your auntie. I don't mean a best friend. Go to a licensed therapist.
Right.
That's somebody that is not biased. They don't got your side. They don't got your side. And then go from there. It's going to take baby steps. This shit is not fixable, especially for people that's been in relationships for 3, 4, 5 years, whatever. It's not going to be fixed overnight. But you got to start somewhere, and therapy probably is step one.
You know what's
therapy,
crazy?
Wait, time out. And real quick, you don't have to go to therapy, because I saw this on the internet. you don't have to go to therapy when everything's falling apart.
Absolutely.
Right.
Go when things are good. Just to do like a tune-up check. Like when you go to the doctor, you ain't got to be sick to go. Just go and get your tune-up.
Facts.
As a matter of fact, I would
Niggas don't get tune-ups.
I would say go to therapy before you even get to the relationship.
Facts. Do y'all
That's
got
the
niggas don't got insurance? Look, let me throw that out.
Hold on.
Because I know a lot of niggas.
Too. I'm not gonna let you do us like that.
I know a lot of niggas that don't know they burning until a bitch tell them.
That's true. That's why you need to stop dating them street niggas. But what I'm saying is this. What I'm saying is this.
That's motherfucking facts. Okay,
That's true as well.
But I mean, just real rap, man. I think like a lot of people just come to the relationship with baggage that's already there. You see what I'm saying? So it's like that's not fair to your partner. You know what I'm saying? So even if and just like you said, learning love languages and all that shit is important as well. But a lot of men still feel like it don't matter. I can whisper this shit to you, but if it's criticism, it's gonna be taken as just like you said. I feel like I'm being attacked. And not so much. And the irony is you should even feel like that anyway, especially if I'm your man. I'm supposed to be the motherfucker that love you more than anybody on this earth. So why would I intentionally tear you down? If I'm giving you any kind of critique, it's for us to improve or us to progress. But a lot of women don't take it that way. And that deters men from even saying anything.
Well, sometimes it's not the message, it's the messenger. So if I'm constantly always telling you about something and because I'm a woman, I'm taking the time out to learn about your love language and I'm trying my hardest to communicate things. It's just an example. And you're just trying to, I guess, like, because men have y'all love doing this shit. Y'all will deflect it like a motherfucker. If I tell you.
I was going to say y'all deflect.
No, wait, because like you said.
Let it go.
Y'all will be quiet about so many issues because you don't want that bull. They should go with that shit. So since y'all be quiet about so much shit, and then when I say something like, man, can you please wash the dishes? Can you please? Well, goddamn, you don't ever da-da-da-da-da. We not finna do that because we talking about you washing the dishes. But you didn't have shit to say for 3 weeks about something, but you wait until I mention something to now throw your bullshit out there, which is literally deflecting.
When you could have said that a long time ago.
But how do he get to that point?
That's
what I'm saying.
Personal problem.
Nobody, no man, right? I don't know a single man that hasn't communicated his grievances at least once before he starts saying, you know what, I ain't tripping.
Give me an example.
And it can't just be once though.
No, because I feel like when y'all say that, y'all, as men, hasty generalization, I feel like y'all say that, but y'all would have said it in a way that nobody knew what the fuck you was talking about. And then you be like, I said that 3 weeks ago when I said I wish the dishes were what? You should have just asked me, Taylor, can you please wash the dishes?
True.
Yes, babe, I get it. I didn't understand that you was being serious. Because y'all just are scared to communicate for some reason.
But why do you feel like most men are scared to communicate? I mean, I'm just curious.
That I'm still trying to figure out.
I bet you are. I bet you are.
And the only reason I say that is because I grew up in a house full of boys with my dad. I'm a daddy's girl, and he don't even communicate. And I'm like, nigga, I'm the one female that you can talk to like straight, and you don't do it. I don't get.
I think that's communication. Just y'all.
Communication is seen as weak from us because when we try to open up to y'all, you know, that's one seen as weak. But then two, when we do open up and become vulnerable, a lot of times we get shut down. So we just quit off the rip. Like a lot of men are like one and done. We learned the first time and we out. Like
right.
So going forward, I don't want this feeling no more. You done invalidated my feelings. Fuck it. Whatever you say, cool. I'm just gonna let it ride because I want to lay next to you at night. I still want to keep this peace. So I'm gonna take these 3, 4, 5.
I want that ass. And let's just be honest, there's consequences. But when I tell your ass that pasta didn't taste, it wasn't hitting this time like it normally is.
Well,
now you mad?
Fucking cooked it.
Exactly. Or why don't you get your mama to come cook? Shit like that is why.
Hey, the facts is facting.
See what I'm saying? So how can a motherfucker feel a safe space, using your words, to communicate if that's what we got to deal with when we communicate? Explain that to me, please.
I have a quick question before we go forward. So you said y'all get shut down once. So when you're doing a job negotiation with your salary, if they tell you no, you just gonna take the first offer?
No, of course not.
So why can y'all?
Because with the
why
job,
can you communicate
I don't have to
with money, but not with something that's important to you that's gonna last beyond that job?
I don't have to lay with my job every day like that. Like me and you communicate. Like it's we live together. We may have kids. Like it's so much deeper than just a job. So it's a little bit harder.
And in those negotiations, when that situation drops or we disagree on salary amount, after we get it squashed, it's left there.
That's it.
It's never brought up again. Ever. Like ever brought up again.
I think it still all goes back to everybody got to do their own inner work. So when people are dating and when they're maneuvering in this dating world, it has to be more than just, Cause she sound like I don't even know what type of shit that girl was on.
Yeah,
honestly.
she on some bullshit. But yeah.
If at this point, I'm 32. At this big age, should come some type of, what did you say earlier in the car? It's giving not something.
You know,
evolving.
talking on.
You should be evolving at this point.
Right.
So like, if I do go to date somebody else and you're 35, and some of the conversations I'm having with you, and I'm seeing how you react to conflict and certain things like that, those are my own red flags.
Right.
Like, so I don't know, maybe people got to be better judges of character before they jump into these situations. It's a lot of things that's going on. So if I'm doing the inner work, why would I go date somebody that's broken? And I can clearly see you're broken, because when I come at you talking just like this and just mentioning something, you going, well, why don't you ask your mama to do it? But you still fucked her anyway. You still made a baby with her, and you still, I know
Because she was a bad bitch, right?
So many niggas overlook the fact that she got a bad attitude, barely can keep a job, barely can read, but she a bad bitch.
She had a fat ass.
And then y'all niggas want to start podcast saying, I don't know what went wrong. Well, nigga, step 1 through 4, you fucked up.
You got one more time to come for my niggas. You got one more time, goddamn it. That's too accurate. You got one more time. Nah, but I mean, and again, I can't argue that. You're right, but it goes both ways.
I agree.
You see what I'm saying? Because there's a lot of women out here that will sacrifice, compatibility, emotional intelligence, how much attention to detail this motherfucker pay to me because he got money, or because he tall,
6'5",
or because the sex is incredible. You know what I'm saying? So
That didn't, I ain't gonna lie. I used to be
Come on,
dickmatized.
come on.
I was dickmatized.
This is an open.
This is an open space. This is a safe space.
This ain't no safe space.
Because your followers gonna
Safe
come
space.
out of these.
It's open. It's for damn sure open, but it ain't safe.
Oh my God.
But just know, once upon a time, I was dickmatized, and I've been released from those shackles.
Hey,
That's all that matter, man. Everybody got to start somewhere.
That
man.
still don't mean I take L's, because I saw something on Twitter that said something about she'll take 3. What did it say? 3 inches of when you in love. 3 inches feels like 6 inches. No, it don't.
No, it don't.
No. It absolutely does not.
Damn.
3 is 3.
And I mean 3 on hard.
Oh wow. Wow. I next subject. I don't even know what to say. I don't even know what to say to that shit. I don't even know what to say to that shit. Wow. All right, man. We gonna keep this thing moving, man. Speaking of just compatibility in relationships and valuing people and dedication to detail. Recently, Jada Waiter, I'm not sure if y'all familiar. That's Lil Baby's baby mama. Made some statements that were a bit controversial. I'm gonna play them. And I want to get y'all's response to what the young lady had to say.
Lately, like, I always be asking my friends, like, do y'all feel like the value of women to guys have went down, or guys just don't, respect us, appreciate us how they used to back in the 80s and the 90s? Like, women control literally, because I could say this now, but I only say that because of status. Like, we making hella money just like these. But as far as a man literally worshiping the ground a woman walk on, it's kind of rare these days. We running out of that. And it's kind of scary in society today. And I don't know, I might piss a lot of people off talking about this, but it's just conversations I be having with my friends. But guys don't appreciate us. I don't know what it is. This might be just something I talk about on maybe the first topic I talk about on my podcast, because I don't know. It's just a little weird these days. It's like we gotta fight for a spot in these lives, or they want to put. I don't know. I'm gonna shut up. I'm gonna save this for my podcast, because y'all know I got a podcast coming out. Yeah, we all about to be acting normal. I got a podcast coming. Stay tuned. But yeah, I don't know. That's gonna be the first topic I talk about, though, because it's real different out here. But we do run the world for sure. We control the world. I feel like the reason it's spinning. Women are taking over day by day, and that's just all I'm gonna say for.
Oh, can I go on this? Can I answer this?
And you gotta take a deep breath.
Go for it.
So I will say, men are gonna do what you allow them to do. First of all,
plain and simple.
when I was not respecting myself, niggas was disrespecting me. But when I walk into a space, I'm giving respect automatically. Like it's how you carry yourself and how you allow somebody, and that's just men and women, period. Like if you a clown, somebody gonna treat you like a clown. And if not calling Jada Waiter, I don't know nothing about this girl, so I don't want y'all to come back and say anything. But I think the value of pussy has been diminished because people are putting it on the internet and sucking cucumbers and all this stuff.
Talk about it.
I'm part of the whole
Talk
bag,
about
so I will never sex shame anybody. But there's a way to own your sexuality and your feminism without being a downright classless asshole.
Thank you.
Damn.
Because these hoes ain't queens.
There you go.
That's probably what I heard him say.
There you
we
go.
went off about that.
But it's only them hoes. This is only them. Not them. Them. Y'all know who I'm talking
Y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all know. Yeah, I mean, first thing about the situation that stood out to me, right? I think Jada's 23.
She look, step ahead. Yeah, look.
So when
September 25th, 1997. I was just finna. What the hell?
So when you get to talking about how things was in the 80s and 90s, and you was born in 99, it's just certain things I don't.
But she got money, so people listen to her.
It's just hard for me to take it serious. But you know what? I'm gonna disregard that. We just gonna address what she had to say. All right. So just in relationships that we've seen growing up, you know, your parents, aunties, uncles, cousins, whoever was older, come from that generation. Do y'all really feel like those relationships are better than the ones today, and why?
Hell no.
No. And I say why. I mean, no, because I don't know what 80s and 90s she is familiar with, but the ones I know was crackheads.
And we saw a lot of abuse.
And I don't know what grandmas and grandpas she had, but I know a lot of them that had a lot of other kids that lived up and down the street. So
When they didn't have social media to talk about
they
it,
just didn't have social media.
Right.
people was very under the table with everything.
The men and women, right? Or just the men?
She talking about just relationships just in general is what you talking about.
Okay.
Which is true.
Because, I mean, I'll say this. I know there was a lot of domestic violence back then, but it just wasn't documented. It wasn't put out there on. So it's all social media. We're living in a social media age where everybody can upload a fucking mosquito bite if they wanted to.
Right.
And let's not gloss over the fact that back then all marriages ended. 50% of them ended, and now like they're starting to stay longer. Kids are growing up in 2-parent households now. So people talk about 80s and 90s. That was a fucked up era. Everybody was
listening to music. She part of the TikTok
when they used to
generation.
cry for,
that's what
cry for bitches.
That's what it is.
Y'all heard Bobby Brown crying, but y'all ain't see he was fucking all these hoes and getting high and all that
and
shit.
When he beating
on Whitney.
That's a fact.
You know, she's young.
Which is again like why, and we done said something similar. I know I say it all the time. Like people glamorize those older relationships, but they don't really look at them in detail.
Yep,
I know.
Right? Yeah. So when you talk about like grandparents, different things like that, like a lot of grandparents, yes, they've been married 40 years, but they've been hating each other 30 of them.
Facts.
And that's the type of shit that's not really spoke on. Like that was not spoke on is like after y'all leave, after Thanksgiving and all the family is there and we had these good times, they go to separate rooms to go to sleep.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
It's
and they
cheaper
say,
to keep her.
Right. So it's like I done stayed in this situation out of like livelihood because a lot of women wasn't working back then.
Facts.
Right. So it's like if this man is bringing all the money home, then I'm staying for other reasons outside of my happiness or compatibility. But y'all don't see that. Y'all just see the 45 years they was married and say, oh, I aspire to that. No.
Shit. And they didn't want to be judged back then. They felt like if they were single, that they were less valued.
That's a fact.
And raised in churches and, you know, mama and grandma's opinion.
They ain't believe in that. You better not get a divorce.
Yeah.
They ain't believe in that.
What Betty White say? Too much bullshit. I'd rather have a man than no man at all. And
I'd rather
back
have
in
no
my
man.
day, we used to have parties where everybody would come together and keep the family. And what?
Yeah. So, you know, just that was the first thoughts that came to my head when I see it. And I'm just like, I mean, this shit is just ridiculous. Like, people like to look back with, like, rose-colored glasses and just glamorize shit, for one, that you have no identification with, for one. And for two, you ain't looking at the relationships in detail enough. And that's why I be telling people, like, as far as emulating relationships, that's the dumbest shit in the world you can do. Yep. Because you're not there 24/7. You know what I'm saying? Like, you seeing this little, you know, projected image that they crafting up before they get out the car and come into your crib together. It's like, oh, they happy. They done been, you know.
Just got in a damn argument.
Just got done arguing. You know what I'm saying? This nigga just slapped her upside her head before they got. You know what I'm saying? But she's able to do that makeup good enough where you can't really tell. You feel they come in laughing, joking, whatever. Relationship goals. You're not there 24/7, so don't emulate no relationship. Build your own blueprint.
That's like that Ike and Tina Turner documentary. Once I saw that, I was like, damn.
Yeah.
She really used to just put makeup on, get out there, snort a line, and get her shit back
Get
together.
on about
That's real.
business.
So, you know, I say all that to say, man, just be careful for the type of shit that y'all aspiring to. But
Do y'all feel like women are, and I'm just asking, do y'all feel like women aren't as valuable or worthy as they were back in the day?
Oh, Lord.
Dedicated, loyal, all that
Kevin
stuff?
Samuels about to roll around in his damn grave.
I just want to hear it because, I mean, I feel like y'all not giving us no heat right
I would say yes. I would say yes. It's almost like, when I think about it, it's like comparing it to the stock market. You know how like right now kind of things are real down? That's how it is. Like it has a lot of potential and a lot of women, you know, can be better. But the thing is like y'all have been equipped like with this social media stuff, you know, with all this feminism stuff, the liberation, all these things. Like, so y'all think that a lot of, not y'all, but women think they can just do anything and not be judged by it. But they have to understand, like, you can do OnlyFans, you can show your ass and all that stuff, do it, make your money, all that stuff. But that's not what men want to be married to.
Right.
And so they chasing all these things, chasing the money, and then wondering why dudes don't want to settle down with them. Because it's like, I don't want that. Like, I want a wife.
Yeah.
And a wife does not exude those qualities. And so they thinking everything is just okay. You can have a hot girl summer, you can do all this stuff, and then go back to a husband when that's not going to happen.
Which is crazy to me because I feel like the standards on each end are always women have to be way up here and the men can give the bare minimum because you don't want us to have a hot girl summer because of your reputation attached to our name. But then in return, we be going out and getting little snickles and giggles from other bitches like, oh yeah, girl, look, this his dick right here in my phone. But that shit is cool for y'all to go out there and send pictures of your dick and do this and do that. But you think we want to be married to that? You think that's a good representation of the man that's leading my family? But that's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like it's too much of this from the men's side, but no accountability for the bullshit that they do as well. It's always just the women do this and women do that and women need to do this. Okay, well, what the hell y'all supposed to be doing within all this? Just leading with your wallet, getting money, and what? That's it? I mean, that's all y'all are taught.
One problem, is, especially with me dating, in my past experience, it's been more of just uncertainty because every single woman wants something different. So, like we talked about the nice guy, he can have a nice job, be providing for you and stuff like that, but he's boring. A lot of men are boring because a lot of men feel, once they reach a certain status, I'm comfortable, I ain't got to worry about too much. I ain't got to work too hard to stress, but I'm good enough to where everybody's good. And so a lot of women, they want more and more and more and more. They want to keep growing when there are many instances where dudes are just cool. Like, hey, baby, you can, your stuff is taken care of, my stuff is taken care of. We can take our trips here and there. May not be as frequent as you want, but we still comfortable. But I'm not going out. I'm not really, hanging out with the guys like that. I'm just at home with the family. I'm boring. And women don't want boring. I know too many women out here that done cheated on guys just because they boring or because when they at home, they play the game. Instead of going out, they play video games.
Right.
And women be like, no, that's boring. So they go out, do their thing or whatever, be back home by a certain time, and they keep the peace and they feel that's cool.
Do you feel like you're attracting the same type of women?
No,
Are you
that's not
attracted
me.
to the same type of women?
This not me. I'm just saying.
Clear that up.
This ain't got to do with me. My situation good. Ain't got shit to do with me. What I'm talking about is my other niggas.
It's just a lot of confusion. Like, it's just confusion. Because, again, if you be nice and you get taken advantage of in a lot of situations.
At
So
what
it's like,
age, though? Like, do you still feel like people over the age of 30 are still experiencing that?
Yes.
Yeah. Because a lot of stuff is still new for certain people, too, especially like men. You know what I'm saying? A lot of men don't make money until they get in their 30s. So
40s,
now I
actually.
can, 30s and 40s. So now I can date. Now I can, court these women or whatever. And then it's like, it's fresh. And then for women, y'all been, not y'all, but, women been dating like older guys and things like that since they was younger.
Yeah.
So y'all kind of know in the game and real familiar with it. So you can finesse a man easy. If he green, you see what I mean? So it's like, then he get hurt. Then a Russell Wilson turn to a future. Now it's fuck all of them.
It's the way the game.
It's a dirty game. It's a dirty game.
But somebody got to play it. Shout out to Smooth. Shout out to Smooth.
Yeah,
But
it's a dirty game out there.
Yeah, I would say that like this generation of women is better than the old ones, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because it's more. Now again, I ain't talking about the hoes. Like I feel like hoes and women is two totally different categories. I'm talking about the women, like the women that's like actually looking to be in a committed relationship, love their man, support their man, shit like that. You feel me? But she may just not be a housewife or something. She out there working, getting to her bag too. So I feel like those women are better because again, we are in the information age, right? And to be honest, a lot of men don't necessarily want in this era, in this modern era, don't necessarily want a woman that's at the house all day and not doing nothing. Like, men want to be able to look at our woman and be inspired. And it's hard, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, if I see you out there going to school and graduating, like y'all said, TSU graduates, these things of that nature, it's like, that's gonna motivate me to stay on top of my shit. Because, you know, I'm trying to, like, I got to pull my weight so we can drag the ship up together. You see what I'm saying? So that's what a lot of modern men want. But to be real, we both got to learn how to walk and chew gum at the same time.
See, I think I'm different, because when it comes to men like that, I and this is real. It's very rare. I think I probably came across 2 men, maybe 3 in my whole life that have inspired me. I'm tired of being inspiration. I didn't sign up. I got 1 kid. Ain't none of these niggas my kids. I don't want to inspire you. I want you to come with your own drive. I want you to come with your own shit. And it's sad I have to say that about grown-ass men. It's like, and which is another thing, like, how can I expect you to lead when you looking at me for motivation?
But see, there's a slight difference in what you're saying. You're saying that, like, this man depends on you to achieve what he's going to achieve. No, any real nigga out there is going to achieve what I'm going to achieve anyway. But in the midst of me achieving it, because everybody has down times and off periods or whatever.
Right,
if you done mess with a hustler, it's days up, it's days down, whatever. But in those down times, if I look at you and I see that you busting your ass and grinding the same way, it's like, okay, that's gonna motivate, that's gonna, you know, inspire me to, again, get back on my shit in a more, you know, expedient fashion.
But is that not something?
Again, what I'm saying is, like, so me personally, I have never had a person, like, if I'm a woman, you're a woman or something, right? And I'm like, damn, man, I want to go back to nursing school, or I want to do this, or I want to do that. I've always been in those situations where it's like you're not pushing me at all. I've always been the one to push men, like, yeah, I'm your cheerleader, you got it, go. Where's that effort in return? Like, hey, what happened with you saying you're going to nursing school?
Holding you
But is that
accountable.
not?
Yeah, never get it.
But is that not how? And we can look at this as friends too, because I only surround myself with people, with women that are gonna hustle and, you know, inspire me to keep hustling. Like, we both be like, okay, I'm working on this, I'm working on this, da da da. So if I'm dating a man, if he doesn't inspire me to do that, I'm sorry, we not meant for each other. And so I think that when we're selecting our mate, we have to look at them the same way we would kind of look at our friends as well.
Right.
Just the people you surround yourself with. I'm sorry for
I be
spitting
getting
on your mic.
catfish.
Yeah, because I like
People
even
be fake ambitious. People are fake ambitious nowadays because of Instagram, and I hate it.
because to be honest, bro, it's nothing more disheartening than me going outside every day, busting my ass, and like establishing this lavish lifestyle for us, and then looking at you and you ain't doing shit.
Ooh, but y'all do it though. That shit be confusing the fuck out of me.
No. But again, that's what I'm talking about. It's the difference between niggas and grown men. See, grown men are not doing that. Like, grown men are not marrying women like that.
Okay, but
may smash those women, but they're not marrying no woman that's not inspiring, that's not on her shit.
But okay, so this is my thing when it comes to the men that allow that type of shit though. So regardless of if you're gonna marry her or not, the cycle ain't never gonna stop because y'all niggas keep doing it, if that makes sense. Y'all keep fucking around with these women and taking them on these trips, buying them this food, doing this and doing that, enabling them to keep this repetitive cycle with all of these men that are just now being broken men. And it's more of a cycle of this shit because y'all doing it, but then y'all are saying, well, I'm just out here having fun. But you enabling these hoes that you're never going to marry to continue doing it to the next one, and the next one.
I think that's self-accountability, though. Not to come at you, but I feel like, yes.
No, come at her. I'm messing
Y'all
with you.
silly. But I'm saying, like, I feel like there's a time and a place. Men should just, like, lately we've been seeing that they don't get married till later. So, like, they're going to keep playing around. They got the one that they take serious, and they got these hoes that they can take to Cabo and take.
But then
all
they
these
talk
places.
Shit about them is what I'm saying.
They do, but guess what?
So
they still got their girl at home that they gonna marry. They plan on marrying her. It's fucked up, but it's like niggas are fucked up. But I think that's also us, you know, being mentors and like holding our friends accountable. Like, sis, come on, you got to be better than that.
And
And again, I was talking about earlier, right? Like, if you put yourself out there for this specific type of activity and lifestyle, niggas are going to treat you accordingly.
That's facts.
But if you put yourself out there as that wife, and like he's going to be like, okay, well, you know, he might play with you. Unfortunately, you got to use discernment there. But he's going to take you more serious. You
said the perfect word, discernment. And I feel like that right there is missing. Also, the main difference, in my opinion, between men and women is the ability to compartmentalize. Me messing with all these hoes, whatever the case may be. Again, like, men are very aware of where we are in our life. And that's why those type of things happen. So if I'm at this age and I'm not ready to settle, I'm not settling. I don't give a damn what I see. I don't give a damn whatever. Now, when I get to this point, there's always one that I know for sure is going to make the best forever partner. And I'm gonna go back to her, and then we gonna start this forever journey. But in
You
terms
want her
of
to wait?
Yes.
no. We would like for her to wait.
She don't
but
have to wait.
I can't blame her if she moves on.
course.
That's just part of the game.
But you want her to wait.
Of
That's
course.
what she asked.
Of course, no. But I mean, like, want? Like, I don't know, because it would imply like
baby on me.
you know what the word is?
You did.
That's real rap.
That messed it all
real
up.
rap.
If you just held on just a little bit longer.
But you know what the better question would be? Do you
gonna be
expect
right
her to wait? No.
I don't expect her to wait.
I don't expect her
Would
to
I
wait.
want her to? Selfishly, absolutely.
Hell yeah.
sometimes.
And we all got
Until she's
selfish
what?
wants.
So time out. You over here trying to get your life together,
In the late 30s.
and then right. So she's got to wait
Because-
till she's 40 when
because-
no other nigga's gonna want her.
No, because you want commitment right now, right?
Well, shit, we want to have kids
Okay,
at some
so-
point without complications.
Right, but if I'm not financially ready, you not right now. If I'm not financially ready, you ain't trying to hear that
So
shit
let's
with me.
talk about this then.
Nigga
So
ain't never financially ready.
I feel like y'all not until y'all 40, right? So y'all want us to hold y'all down during these times while you wait and try to figure stuff
You gotta
out.
hold-
Right?
you
And
don't
don't be in the
have
streets.
to.
But y'all want to. Y'all want us
First
to.
off, let's slow this shit down. Most niggas ain't getting married till 40. Like that's a big gap.
30.
That's a big gap.
What are we saying here then?
We
You-
talking 25 to 30. That
but
window.
You said men don't settle down until they're financially stable. And then y'all also said earlier that men are not financially stable.
Till
and they have
30,
money-
40.
No.
So-
Wait. Oh, okay, and you're right. Then we misspoke. Men don't reach that financial peak until 35, 40.
But you're
There's a
financially
there's a
stable at
difference.
what?
25, 30.
Where y'all working at? Y'all
Well, I'm
niggas
in,
hiring shit.
Oil and gas. I'm in oil and gas, so my opinion might be
money.
jaded. But essentially, what I'm saying, like, if I had to like give a specific window that I feel like most men are ready to be married, I would say it's between 27 and 30, somewhere around there.
Wow.
And I think that's a good age because a lot of y'all are very immature up until that point. And even then at 30, it's like the lights just turn on. So.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
I mean,
check engine light.
And I mean, let's just keep it G. Like, most people don't even really know themselves until 25 for real. If we're gonna be honest, because y'all get to get up and talking all the time about, oh yeah, I was young, I was dating these thug niggas, wasn't worth nothing, whatever. Yeah, you was doing that when you was 22, but you expecting us to be ready to settle.
I was
then
doing it well
explain that.
I was like,
29 and a half.
Explain that.
I wasn't done until about last year sometimes.
That's what
And
I'm
I'm still
saying.
taking applications for the streets.
That's what I'm saying. So the only difference there is the ability to compartmentalize. When y'all was fucking with them niggas, y'all actually had aspirations and thought maybe they could turn into the man that I want them to.
Absolutely not.
Okay, well then y'all, shout out to y'all and the 5 other women on earth like that. But what I'm saying is this.
But y'all put yourself, not y'all, but men put themselves out there like, no, I'm looking for my, my girl, my wife. Y'all say that shit knowing damn well you have no intention of doing that.
Deep down, he does. Deep down, he does.
You saw
Maybe
me
not
getting
at that
drunk as
moment.
fuck at 50-15 when you met me, and then now you want it's a problem. I'm not wifey material anymore.
Yeah, well,
But you told me when you met me you was looking for your wife because you think I'm your equal.
Well, I mean, y'all
Niggas be lying.
Y'all know when y'all like to hear certain shit anyway.
Keep it 100.
Tell them you love them. Tell them you want to marry them.
And that's how y'all get y'all fucking car windows broke, shit smashed up. But remember, you
lying.
said you love me.
You ain't lying.
That's
you
a
ain't
fact.
lying.
I'm outside.
Y'all can't use that term loosely.
hell no, fellas. If you don't listen, you don't learn nothing else we say today. Don't throw that I love you word around. These motherfuckers will fuck your world up.
Niggas just be saying shit just to think. Like, there are literally women out here. Listen, and I want to say this on y'all's podcast. There are women out here, if you tell them that you're married and you just want to fuck, they will fuck you.
Absolutely.
That's a fact.
But y'all, not y'all. Some
That's
niggas
why
be
the
up here
value's so
lying,
down.
hiding,
Yeah.
the wives and stuff, and then being like, no, that's just my sister. The fuck? That's what's gonna make me want to kill you.
And say I got a wedding to go to, and if you hit shit,
For real.
a wedding to go to this
He posted
weekend.
up in all white. Talking about he had an all white party. It's his fucking wedding.
I mean, but it is an all white party, isn't it?
I can buy.
Is it not?
I'm going out of town for a bachelor party to be his.
I'll be right back. But I mean, which again, we don't really preach that type of behavior on this pod, man. We preach like niggas being honest, because in reality, if you be honest enough with a woman, she'll lie to herself.
Long way. You gonna go a long.
That's just if you be honest enough with a woman, she'll lie to herself.
I can.
You ain't gotta lie. She'll do it for you. That's just real rap.
Galatians 3:12.
That's real. That's a fact. So, at the end of the day, just be honest with her about where you are. You know what I'm saying? And that's how I move, and that's how bro move. That's how everybody move. It's like when we run into these women, and again, us being upstanding niggas and, handsome and charismatic and on our shit, jobs, cars, houses, different things like that. You run into a woman like that, she see you, and you hit her with the, hey, baby, I'm not ready for a relationship right now. I'm just be honest. And they'll, in their head, be like, okay, me neither. but whole
So
time still
question.
fucking with you and
Cause
trying to
she has-
convince you to change your mind.
One time I had this homegirl, right? So she met this guy, and he was like, "I'm not looking for a relationship." He told her off the bed, right?
Right.
But he wanted to take selfies, hold her hand,
Right.
take her on dates, like with group settings where it's couples. And then so she was like, "Since we doing couple stuff, we should get into a relationship." And he's like, "I don't want no relationship."
Nah. Because the difference is he don't want the responsibility of you. He don't want the obligation of you.
Right.
Because if we in a relationship, then I'm obligated to you. So, but if we not, we just kicking it, doing whatever we doing, like that's just leisure, that's pleasure. We having fun. But when we in a relationship, or you my girl, or you my wife,
Y'all be.
that mean I'm obligated.
But something wrong with hanging out like
sex
that?
with these leisurely ass women. That's
Y'all
crazy.
let us have raw sex. Y'all control that.
Y'all control sex. Let's put that on the table.
We do control sex, but what I'm saying is like y'all will have no obligation to these women, but then we'll still raw dog them, nut in her and all types of wild shit, and then
That's
be
wrong.
looking crazy.
That's
Yeah,
wrong.
I agree.
And
That's
she
wrong.
get pregnant, and then you be like, "Well, shit, what you gonna do? Huh?
What you gonna do?
We finna have this kid."
What Kane say in minutes? I had the Jimmy on extra tight.
Hey, Texas laws have changed, so good luck. Y'all out here playing like that.
Yeah,
Good
nah,
luck.
man, we not doing that. But at the end of the day, women got to take some accountability. Y'all allow that. Y'all saw him take that condom off in the middle
But
of the
time out,
It have been
Let's
niggas
just
that
be
take
honest
out
here.
ramen noodle season packaging.
And then I have a
packages.
question.
And I'm telling you, it's just wild
a
shit.
fact.
But niggas will hit you from the back and take the condom off. I've seen, heard, just know
Facts.
it's wild niggas.
But I have a
But
question
can you
now.
feel the difference?
Sometimes.
Yes, and they don't say nothing. Tell the truth. Don't do that.
No, I was telling you
Don't
one
do that.
time
Tell
I
the
was
truth.
having sex. I was having sex one time with this guy. It was my fuck, but we always use protection.
Mm-hmm.
And then when he got done, he literally held me down and said, "Don't get mad. The condom broke." And I was like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" I didn't feel it. He's like, "You felt it." I did not feel it. Like so,
if
the
the coochie moist enough.
Anywho, y'all say I'm pregnant. I'm saying,
Just let the facts be what they are. Let's put it on the table.
So shit.
But no, sorry, to get away from sex, what I was gonna say, so you talking about I never said you was my girl, I don't want the obligation.
Right.
But if you see that girl with another nigga, you wanna blow her shit up. Who was that nigga? Why you out here? What you doing?
It's all a game. That's all a facade. They just want to see what you gonna do.
No,
Y'all stress us the fuck out. Y'all stress us
That
out.
don't be.
Why you with
Well,
another
nah,
nigga?
some
You
niggas
fucking
do be
him?
crazy.
But
though.
look. All of that could have been avoided. And you want to know when? When he first told you, I'm not looking for a relationship right now. Right there. If I hear that, and just me hypothetically, let's flip the situation around, right? I see this woman I'm interested in, whatever. We texting, we doing this, that, and the third. And she say, hey, look, I ain't really interested in a relationship right now. I'm going to just tell you that right out the gate. If I'm looking for a relationship and she says that, I'm gone. But y'all don't leave.
No,
Why don't y'all leave?
But you said that both of them met each other in the middle where they were at not wanting one. So you can't tell me that the more y'all kick it, the more more y'all kick it, period, from a friendship level, you start developing feelings. That's just a human thing to do.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So you're asking, why wouldn't you leave? I don't. It's too late, baby. I done already caught feelings.
No. But wait, let me stop you because
the dick was dicking.
It was
That's
fucking
the-
dicking.
and that may be true. That may be true, but
and
she
you
lied.
cool, and you can dress.
But she lied on me. I did not say we were both in a situation where we wasn't ready. I said I'm not ready, and you lied and said okay, me neither. But you really was. That's what most women do.
What if she wasn't though? What if it's you say most, but I think because we're maternal people, yeah, it is hard for us to just be like, okay, let me separate for some people. Let me separate this from that and just go straight into just no feelings, no nothing. We just fucking. So yeah, feelings did progress, especially if you happen to be taking me around your friends, we holding hands, we doing this, we doing that. Okay, nigga, you as a man need to establish those boundaries and guidelines. Mm-hmm. Don't make it seem like it's a relationship if it's not. We're doing relationship shit. Mm-hmm. You taking me to your mama's cookout and shit and all that. Come on now, nigga.
Thing is this, right? You said we're doing relationship shit. And the thing about we means that we both have consent in these things, right? So when I say, well, damn, when you hit me and say, hey, where you at? Oh, well, shit, I'm about to head by Uncle them crib. They got a domino game going. In your mind, we both, you have to give consent the same way I do. You can say, okay, well, that's relationship shit. I don't want to go. But y'all don't say that. Y'all say, okay, well, can I come? Or
no, hell no. Niggas, y'all be inviting. I'm talking about how y'all niggas will initiate this shit.
And even when he initiates it,
no, you right.
You can say, that's too far. That's relationship shit. That's not where we are. But
Fuck
y'all
that.
don't do that.
You know what they
Fuck
say?
all that.
He's inviting me.
That's real rap. Excited like a motherfucker. She texting her friends in a group chat and shit. Bitch, he done invited me to this motherfucker. Exactly. So we And then not French class, but we both have to give consent to this shit. And y'all do. But that's neither here nor there. We're going to keep this situation going, man. We done ran over time and all type of shit.
Conversation was getting good.
I mean, you know. Okay, so let's get into our segment called Quick Hits. The thing about quick hits on our pod is that they never quick. But we're going to try to speed it up.
It used to be 20 seconds. Now we just
that should be 20 minutes on some subjects. Okay, so the first one would be, what does effective communication look like to you?
Who want to go? You want to go first? Me? I think we kind of talked about that.
Yeah, we did. To me, effective communication is, if you and I can sit there and talk about something without either one of us blowing up, and even if we don't agree to something, and we're just like, we agree to disagree, but we heard each other's points, but we just don't get it right now.
Right.
I would say effective communication is listening to listen and understand and not respond. Yeah, that's it.
listen and be open to comprehend what they're saying. So basically what you just said. Because I can be effective as all I want. My tone can be right, delivery can be right, but if you're not really listening and understanding and really trying to receive what I'm saying, we never gonna get anywhere.
Right.
So yeah.
I would say effective communication is understanding where the message is coming from, especially in terms of relationship. If my woman is telling me something, regardless of how much I don't want to hear it, that's still my woman saying it to me. So then I have to ask myself, why is she saying it to me? Typically not for a selfish reason. We're in a relationship for however much time we in it. So it's like, okay, she loves me. She's trying to elevate this relationship. So women should think about it the same way. If that man is coming to you with some critique, it's not to down you. It's not to bash you. It's to improve our relationship. So don't take it personally. Take it for what it is. And then improve or implement what it is that he's asking you to do. And he should do the same thing in reverse. That's what effective communication is, in my opinion. Okay, next one. Damn, that might be the fastest we never got through.
Ever.
It's aside from episode 2. What's the number one mistake men make when it comes to trying to understand women?
Thinking that all women are the same. Saying, oh, women, and say, I know women. You know that type of woman. You don't know this type of woman nor this type of woman. So that's my answer.
I'll go next. I feel like, hold on, let me read that again. What's the number one mistake?
Can you repeat the question, please?
The number one mistake men make when it comes to understanding women. You know what? Nah, I ain't gonna answer that.
You need some more time?
The women got to go first for that. That is their question.
I think it would go back to just as far as listening. If I sit there and I don't care if I wrote you a paragraph. Now I don't write paragraphs. This is for somebody I really, really care about, and you just kind of dismiss my feelings or make me feel like they're invalid, or you just and all that dumb shit. And at a certain point, you're gonna turn me off, and then that's no.
Yeah, I would say men don't really understand how much the little shit matter with women. Men move in a grandiose type of way. So when we buying gifts and shit for y'all, we gonna spend the most money that we whatever, go buy you something that costs a lot of money and think, okay, that's enough, or that should be good enough. You feel what I'm saying? When in reality, she really just want to spend time with you for real.
And can I comment on that? Because
Sure.
we've said it so many times. You can have the best date and not spend that much money.
Right.
Some of the best dates are picnics and spending time with each other. It's the cute little shit.
Right.
Not you going out, taking me, I'm just, because, niggas like steak 48. Taking me to steak 48 3 times in a row. It's like, okay, we here now, what we talking about?
Right.
Fucking thing.
Yeah, so I mean, at the end of the day, guys need to really pay attention to detail, to detail small shit, and regardless of how petty or how small you think it is, that shit may be everything to her. So implement it.
But then that would also go to, and I'm so sorry, that would also go to picking out specific women, not dating every bitch you see because she look good.
That's true.
Being strategic and picking quality over quantity.
Sure, because most women you ain't even got a date. But go ahead, though.
I just want to know, when is the time to take your girl on a picnic? Is there something? Does that have to be your girl? Or could this be a first, second date? Because I get different answers, and so a lot of women be like, hell no, you can't. First, second date, you can't take me on no damn picnic. But if it's your girl,
that would let you know right then and there if that's somebody you want to deal with or not.
Okay.
That could be my first date. I'm an outside person. Take me. I want to see how creative you are.
Unless I got
look at
allergies or
me.
something, then
unless that. But if you just throw your wallet at me, I'm like, okay, I'm finna spend this nigga money, but he don't come with no substance.
Yeah,
I'll just make sure.
Don't take me to the movies.
So I would say what men do wrong, I would say assume, because, and also, you know, men try to fix things and, you know, right off the bat. You tell us something, we try to just squash it, fix it, boom, 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 instead of just really listening to what you're saying, because sometimes you may just want to vent, you know, and just or just pick our ear about some stuff. But a lot of times we just ready to get straight to the solution because we ain't trying to hear all that extra stuff.
Facts.
So I think that's where we can go wrong often.
Damn, that was a good one. Y'all motherfuckers is pretty good, this pardon thing. Okay, last one of quick hits. What's the number one mistake women make when it comes to understanding men?
Not a goddamn thing.
Hell no.
There lies problem number one.
Right. Go ahead, or you want me to take it?
Women do a lot of shit wrong. So I don't know.
Damn.
No.
The He-Man kept the Haters Club.
Yep.
He-Man Woman Hater Club.
I don't know. Give me a second. Go ahead.
Number one mistake women make when trying to understand men is, I don't know, like understanding that, like men are like very simple, man. Like we don't. Another thing, like we don't require much, and a lot of women try to get very. Wait. Let me finish. All right. Men don't see, again, that's the difference. Require and want, those are two totally different things, right? But in terms of requirements, like men want simple shit. We want consistent sex. We just want, we want attention here and there from time to time. And also, probably the main thing, men want gratitude from our women. A lot of women don't understand, like, you know, how much like men actually deal with on a day-to-day basis in terms of like just in our career or whatever, especially black men. They're on a day-to-day basis. But all men want is to know that our efforts are not going to waste. Like that you actually appreciate what it is that we doing.
I have a question, and I have two things to say, but I'm going to touch on that real quick. I feel like I communicate a lot. I'm always like, thanks, babe. I really appreciate you. And I think I say it so much that he's just like, this bitch right here. Yeah. How do you show somebody? Because he'll come back and say, I feel like you don't appreciate me. Yeah. So how do you make somebody feel like they're appreciated as a man? Language,
or just by doing just small, again, paying attention to detail the same way that we would like in the opposite way. So, for instance, like if your man drinks, or whatever, like it would be nice for you to just bring just a random bottle for him home one day. Not just for holidays or birthdays and shit like that, but just like little things. Like if you know what I'm saying, like if you know what your favorite man's team is or whatever, it'd be dope to just bring him a hat of that team or a jersey from that team, just randomly one day. Just little shit to where like we know that you paying attention. Like pay attention to shit about us that you don't directly benefit from.
Didn't even think about that.
That's how we know that you give a damn.
Okay, now on to the simple shit, right? So you said sex. Y'all niggas don't want regular head. Y'all want a bitch to be choking with the blood coming out of eyes. and y'all complain about stuff. Like, y'all not that simple anymore.
Porn star head. I mean,
man, don't want no dry neat head. Like, what are we doing?
Wait, those
she
two
did it. Why can't y'all?
Hell no. You want this?
Don't do that. Wow.
Keisha did it.
She didn't have no problem. She didn't give me no back talk, no nothing. She just got right into it.
And she wasn't even my girl.
But you want detailed itinerary. What you expect? Nah, we not doing that. We ain't getting no itinerary.
Keisha did it off the cuff. You know what I'm saying?
See, hoes are polluting the water.
That's a fact.
For real.
But yeah, but in reality, for real, like all we want is to just consistently. It ain't got to be like porn stars all the time. Let's just keep it G for real, because we ain't got that much time all the time for that to happen.
Just like women, they don't want the always sensual sex. They want some rough housing sometimes. They want some choking and beat them around a little bit,
yeah, get
a little wrestling.
Get these little 11 minutes while I'm on lunch break. You know what I mean? Let's keep it real. So I mean, again, men wants are simple, but women try to complicate them. And I feel like that's a big disconnect.
I'll say something that a guy told me for the first time I've ever heard it. He told me that I need to learn when to just allow him to be quiet. Meaning, like, if me and him would get into something, and he'll go out to the side and just be like, I don't feel like talking about this right now. I'll be like, man, come on, like, just let's talk about it so we can get it over with, because if we don't talk about it right now, I'm not going to want to talk about it later. Like, let's just talk about it. So later on, once we, like, really stopped fucking with each other, he told me, he was like, man, one of the main things that used to piss me off about you was I felt that was very selfish.
Yeah.
Because if you make me speak in that moment, I'm going to say some shit that I can't take back. So you need to learn when to just let me as a man sit down and just be quiet so I can think about my thoughts and come back to you when I done cool down and I'm ready.
Right.
And that was one thing that stuck with me, and I started doing that forever. I'm like, I'm not going to make somebody speak in their angry moment.
That's
a
real.
man.
But how come y'all can't say that? How come you can't say, look, Taylor, I need a moment before I cuss you the fuck out? I'd be like, cool.
Well, he did say that.
Oh,
like I
he
said,
did say
I
that.
was like,
Okay.
nah, man, come on, let's just talk about it. Because me being me, I know me, and I'm not going to want to talk about that shit later. But then he was like, that's very selfish of you. You want to make me talk about some shit when I'm not ready, but then when I cuss your ass out, you going to be crying. And I was
Right.
like, okay, you're right.
Nah, that's real.
Yeah, I learned that.
All right. Well, so on that note, we're going to get into rapid fire. This is a new segment just for y'all. We don't even do rapid fire. All right. So just the rules of this segment, right? If I ask the question, I need like 1 to 5 word answers. I don't need a whole background context and none of
all
that.
right, let's go.
All right. So the questions are this, and we're going to go down the line.
Okay.
The best date you ever been on was where?
Hood nigga took me to the park.
Best date ever?
Yeah. Where was it?
Vegas.
Best date. The father of my child, our first date, we spent like...
Five words.
It was in Texas.
Damn. I mean, it was on Earth. I mean, it was somewhere on Earth.
It started at the gun range, then it went to a restaurant, then it went to the park, then it went to another restaurant. And
Oh, he did an all day
He
date.
went
boy
all-
was
it
in there.
it
Boy,
was-
you
it
been
was
looking
the
at my
best
bag,
day.
boy.
Yes.
You been looking at my bag.
Get out of my bag.
That was dope.
Mine was Cabo. But on to the next one. Speaking of dopest places you traveled, the dopest place you've traveled.
Well, my mother's Samoan, so I kind of grew up there. I'm a military brat, so every year I'd go back and forth. So I would say Samoa, dopest place, most beautiful, simple.
I'm gonna be a nigga and say Tulum because I really like Tulum, and I like how they treat the environment. So I want to go back.
Damn. I'm gonna say Puerto Rico, which I'm trying to go back to this year
Shout out to
for
Puerto
his
Rico.
wedding, man.
Yeah.
That was beautiful out there. Food was good, everything, but I was supposed to be quick.
Facts. Mine is Cabo again. I'm gonna be honest, man. That shit was just incredible. All right. Minimum amount of money that your partner can make in order to be able to talk to you.
Rich nigga, 8-figure, that's my type.
Come on. Oh, that's it?
I don't want no broke nigga. That's it.
Nah, honestly, a dollar amount in this economy, you can't make less than $150. And that's not hard in Houston to find it.
Yep.
Why you looking at me?
The question for all of them.
No shit. I don't know. We in Houston, Texas. 55, 60.
I'm about that.
Really?
Shit. I say 60.
I mean, just for a woman.
Yeah. I say 62.
Yeah.
But then y'all be mad when
60, she can take care of herself for 60.
I get it.
can you?
Yeah.
If you living in the same household, maybe I get it.
Yeah.
That's my girl.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, together. We together.
I like that. That's cute.
All right. Next one.
So if she gets on a podcast and
60.
says that you need to make
Yeah,
3
60.
times her amount, then she not tripping off of that if that's your requirement. I want to apologize for anybody that I offended talking about their salary.
You definitely offended all these niggas. Niggas gonna be in the comments.
Fuck niggas.
150,000. Hell no.
And we speak, and I think I want to say this too. It's a lot of women that jump on these podcasts and they'll be like, and they can't let him make $150,000. Well, bitch, how much do you make? That'd be my thing. There's too many people that require what they can't provide for themselves.
I'll show y'all my bank account.
I don't think we speak from a perspective of us not being entrepreneurs as first, plus podcasts, plus a kid, plus, all these different jobs we have. Because it was one point you was working like 2 full times. I'm working 2 full times right now. Like, we're going to get money by any means necessary. So
That's
Agreed.
my line name, by any means necessary.
for real.
All right, next one. What's the top artist on your playlist right now in terms of what you listening to?
You know who? Jasmine Sullivan's NPR
Deluxe.
Tiny Desk.
Oh, okay.
Every morning, because I work from home, I just turn the YouTube on. Same video. I click on it and just watch it. all day.
Jasmine Cole for real. I ain't gonna lie to you. Me, I'm gonna say ESTG.
I love him.
I listen to ESTG more than any rapper right now. It's honest.
Damn.
I'm gonna say Sir.
Shout out to Sir. Shout out to Sir.
I got 2. Larry June, my dog.
Of course.
And then, of course, Port Arthur's finest, Mickey Woods Jr.
Shout
Leader
out to
of the
Mickey
new
Woods.
school.
Facts. Shout out to Mickey. All right, last one. If there was one word you could use to describe you, one,
Not two.
what would it be?
God.
Vivacious.
God?
Damn.
Or dog?
Ooh.
You say D-O-G or
God
G-O-D?
with a G.
Oh, okay. Grand Rising Queen.
Niggas kid with that Grand Rising shit.
Grand Morning.
Mine is vivacious.
One word.
That's me.
Let me, y'all using big words. Let me pull out my dictionary app. Vivacious.
Tenacious.
Damn.
It just means very bubbly, energetic. I'm very like,
Got you.
Charismatic.
I'm gonna say party.
Facts. Facts.
Damn. Resourceful. Would probably describe me best. Yeah.
Look like you resourceful.
Appreciate it. All right, on that note, we're gonna get into again, just we wrapping this thing up, but I want to get y'all's take on just again, y'all have a successful podcast. It's gonna only get more successful.
Thank you.
What do y'all see that in the next 5 years?
Damn, it feels like an interview. Job interview.
I feel like it's gonna evolve and grow and take off because when we started, we just were getting organic following. We weren't using no paid promotion. We weren't doing any paid advertisements through all of these different sites. Not knocking people that do, but
I'm knocking them, but go ahead.
I mean, that's just how we got it. I mean, and even when we were looking through other podcasts, we were just like, man, not saying that we the shit, but we the shit because there's not too many women or people that do what we do, period.
That's facts.
We've had guests that come on. It's just like our energy is just there. Like, it is what it is.
And then we're a dynamic duo, so it's like we match each other. Like I will do things by myself, but I need my partner by my side, just like because we bounce off of each other. And I will say this: I said I've been having fun doing this. The day it's not fun anymore and it becomes a job, I personally will stop. But until then, I'm gonna keep going.
Yeah.
And I love this shit.
And surprisingly, we've been very we kind of do our research too, and we looked up like what's one of the main keys about being a content creator, and it's all about consistency. So we've been dropping every single week,
right.
And I think that I know for a fact that's where creators, especially in the podcast world, fuck up at because they'll be consistent, but then they're saying, "Oh man, I only got 35 followers." Okay, well fuck it, you're gonna have that one episode that's gonna pop,
Right.
And then they're gonna be like, well, damn, they ain't put out an episode since 2007. We in 2020 now.
And side note, don't disrespect your 30 followers because you telling me I ain't
Facts.
shit.
Exactly.
That's what you telling me.
Yeah.
So you better fuck with them 30 followers until it becomes 300.
Heavy. That's a fact.
That's a fact. Last question of the day. What advice would you give somebody that's starting a pod today?
I think we just did.
Yeah.
Okay, you know what? If you're starting today, I would say once again, like, you really got to, I think it's too many podcasts that are coming out that are not talking about substance. Nothing with substance. If you're going to come
That's a
out,
fact.
don't come out talking about like kind of no shade to Jada, but you coming out with your first episode talking about something that we keep constantly talking about. Like, I'm tired of hearing about people talking about
50-50.
We tired of hearing about the same shit. Or if you're going to talk about it, be solution based. Okay, what's the solution? You just talking about something we already know about. What the fuck is the solution?
And are you actually funny or do you just
Stay in your lane.
Like know what your niche is?
Right.
Don't just come out here talking about what everybody else. You had one good comment when nigga, we start a podcast. Nah.
Right.
Wait.
Start a TikTok.
That's a real.
There's a difference between clickbait in a
Right.
15-second post and then having an hour-long conversation.
Exactly.
That's a fact.
Every week for an hour, that's a lot of talking. That's a lot of content.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hell of hot advice, man. That's all I got for y'all, man. Y'all did a hell of a job. We got a round of applause. Y'all did a hell of a job, man.
I had to do it again.
I like it. I like it a lot.
It was a pleasure being here. Thank you so much for having us.
Thank you. And again,
Can't wait to work together again.
please
soon.
follow us on YouTube. We are the Whole Bag Podcast. That's HEAUXBAG Podcast. And if you follow us on TikTok or Twitter, it's the same thing, but it's _HEAUXBAG.
All right. Oh. Where can they find you at, oh?
You can find me on everywhere. No, please. TikTok, Instagram,
Find me in the
everything.
club.
SoWell_fitness. If y'all need some, workouts, if you want to train virtually, I got you. In person, if you're in Houston, I got you. You know, I got a full-time job, but outside of that, I got you. Outside of that, S5 podcast, me and my brothers. You know what I'm saying? Make sure y'all follow that too.
Facts. Detroit AC everywhere. Y'all know where to find me at. Krew Season, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, all streaming platforms, Apple, Spotify. Shout out to the gang. Smooth, Kenny couldn't be here. But y'all know what time it is. Shout out to our Patreon, first and foremost.
Cause y'all getting this first.
Yeah. It's gonna be the first time we drop 2 pods in 1 week. This shit gonna be crazy. They don't even know it's coming.
The comments
That's gonna be dope.
Crazy.
But yeah, so on that note, man, again, we appreciate y'all, you know, coming through, man, and showing love, hellified, you know, content. I think, you know, we're gonna be able to clip this up and, you know, provide a lot of substance, which is what we try to do on this platform. So definitely appreciate y'all. On that note, we're gonna get up out of here with a record off that new Kendrick album. It's called Silent Hill featuring Kodak. Shout out to Bro No.